You can see this window. There's absolutely no slop in this window, side to side motion. I'm gonna start right here in the center. I'm gonna try to keep my head out of the way. I'm gonna pull this down. And once I pull this seal down, I drop it in the center, straight down like this. Then I've got this hanging. Now, as you're putting this back in, I'll go over that later. There is, when you pull it out, a lot of folks will say, man, that's a bunch of work. It really is not. I'm gonna pull this up, and it comes way out from down in the runner down here. Ain't that crazy? Some of you folks will say, how the hell are you gonna get that back down in there? Well, I'll show you. We're gonna pull this up. And now what we have, complete rubber out of the door of the vehicle. You remember before when I moved it, there was no slop. You see this? This allows you plenty of room right here to drop your film off behind the rubber. I go right over here to the short side. Now I'm careful to hold this film so we're not touching anything on the back side or over here. I'm just gonna drop this film right down in the seal, push out on the window, and you see it's just going falling right behind the lower rub rail. It drops right off in. I bring it over to the back side, put that on the glass. All right. Okay guys, it's time to put the seal back in. I'm gonna lube this up down this track where it runs. Same thing down in this one. I'm gonna let the window down just part of the way. And I'm gonna take this seal and the part that goes down in the door, I'm gonna lube it. Now I'm gonna go over here from the outside and I'm gonna get this started. I will tuck this seal up in the groove where it actually goes. Get it started against the glass. I'm gonna hang it over the door. I'm gonna come on the inside here, make sure I've got everything where it needs to be. And I'm gonna ease the window down to about right there. Now this rough spot I was telling you about when you're putting this thing in, there's a rivet that holds the channel in that can cause you just a little bit of grief. It's nothing major. Right there it is, bottoming out. If you take this thing, just pull it back and hit it one time, shove it down, it goes right down past that. And once it does, you're home free. Take this thing on down. I try to keep it leaned out so I can work it down to the bottom. And when it does, you know you're all the way down. And when you get it down like that, you can push this part of the channel up into the framework on the door, just like that. Now the same thing on the back over here. I'm gonna lube this. It doesn't have near as far to go before you reach the channel limit on it. So let's bring this over here just like this. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get it in the groove and in between the glass. The glass will be your guide, just like this. Slide this thing down. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I roll this piece out so we're over the channel. Slide this baby all the way down. She's now bottomed out. And put that there and that there. Now I'll bring this piece up, take it right in. Same thing on the back side. We'll make sure we got all this around like this so we're fitting nicely. Push that up in the corner. I'll come around and try to get out of your way. I'm gonna bring this up. That fits. Roll this edge out. and it's in. Now you've got a tent job that you have no light gaps. You bottom load it without pulling the door panel. You have a perfectly shaved edge.